Greetings everyone, Brett here with Hammerhead Model Making, and we've got a new installment of a nostalgia review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 1/48 scale PBY-5A. And surprisingly, this kit has been branded in multiple different ways. I have two of them here. I have a Monogram boxing and a ProModeler boxing, but it was also boxed by Revell and surprisingly a Hasegawa rebox as well. The original tool for this kit was 1995, and all things considered, I think this is probably one of Revell slash Monogram's best toolings ever. And it's by no means a perfect kit. It is the only game in town if you want a 1/48 scale PBY. But as you can see here, for a 1995 tooling, this actually looks really nice. In fact, the surface detail, the exterior surface detail of this kit is pretty phenomenal all around. There's very nice rivet detail, there's very nice fabric detail, there's nice panel lines. Mostly the panel lines aren't super deep. There are a few places where they feel a little deep, but interestingly, the control surfaces, while they're not separate, they are done in such a way that it would be easy to cut them out and pose them separately if you wanted to. This has decent interior detail, especially in areas where it counts, like the cockpit and the observation compartment at the back of the aircraft. Those are the two more detailed areas. There is obviously some area like the very center of the aircraft where there's pretty much no detail, but not that you would actually see any detail anyways. And the detail that is there is really nice. You get like really sharp and well pronounced surface details on like the bulkheads and things like that. It's pretty good. I originally built this kit back in the early 2000s after watching the movie Always, and I wanted to replicate the PBY that's in that movie. And while the actual PBY that was used in the movie had a lot of modifications to it, you know, this early 2000s Brett was this was good enough, and it was a lot of fun. It's actually a rather simple kit to put together, mainly just because the parts are so large. It looks intimidating, but it's not. I think there are a few places, if you wanted to, you could detail more. The engines are unfortunately a soft area that needs more detail. You could definitely throw in more detail into like the cockpit and the observer's compartment. One of the big things missing from the cockpit is kind of the overhead control panel where the throttles would be, which is, you know, an interesting trait of the PBY. The clear parts are pretty nice. This kit's old enough and it's been banged around enough that some of my parts are scratched, but I think, you know, if you had it brand new, they would actually look really nice and clear. And there's actually not a lot of distortion on some of the clear parts, you know, especially like these observation windows. There's not a huge amount of distortion, which is surprising for such a complex, you know, curved, compound curved surface. You do get a lot of optional parts in this kit. They did different boxings, different versions, and some with radars and different types of radars, different turrets, different configurations, things like that, different weapons. So you do get a lot of extra parts. Now, the decals in this are nearly 30 years old, and, you know, they look their age. Actually, they're older than 30 years old. But all things considered, not too bad. So we'll take a quick look in the instructions now. You'll notice in the instructions that there's figures there. I didn't show any figures in my kit. My kit doesn't have figures in it, and I believe it's a separate sprue. So I'm not quite sure if I had pulled them out at some point and used them for a different project, but normally it would come with figures, and they're actually decent figures as I recall. Now the instructions do show to install every like optional part on here, so you just want to pay attention that you're not installing parts that aren't, you know, required for your particular aircraft that you're building. You do get two marking options in here. The kind of the most prominent one is the Snafu Snatcher, which I believe is at the Museum of the Air Force, or it's in an air museum somewhere. And so it's a rather, you know, significant set of markings. But overall, if you can find this kit, I would recommend grabbing it. If you're a fan of, you know, Pacific aircraft, if you're a fan of seaplanes, if you're a fan of just anything World War II, it's a fantastic kit. I would recommend, if you can find one, buy it up, and you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.